Hi, everybody. System says we are live. So, hello and welcome to Friday Night Stampin' Sip Live. Let me, there we go. There we go. Thanks for joining me tonight. I am Michelle Solis, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Seekonk, Massachusetts. Thanks for joining me for Friday Night Stamp and Sip Live. So when we first came on, you saw the cards that that I showed you guys on Facebook, these spanner cards, and I'm going to show you two. It's actually the same way, but different. You'll get it once I get started here. I'll show you. But first, let's cheers to the weekend. Thank God it's Friday. Cheers with whatever you brought to sip on tonight. I am drinking Oliver Sweet Rosé, finishing up that bottle. One of my faves. Okay, so these are the cards. Let's go back here. These are the cards that I made as samples for the class tonight. And this is called a spanner card. So what I have done is there's slits here in the front. So you have 3 panels. And this one opens like this. So you've got the greeting on the front, then it opens like that. And you've got another greeting on the inside and middle panel here. And then that opens up for your sentiment here. So you can see that one. This one then is just about the same, except it opens this way. So the front panel opens up, and then you see the inside sentiment on the little bridge span here, and then that opens up and to your sentiment piece. So it's the same card, and the only difference is that the bridge, this little spanner piece, is on the front, in front of this middle flap on this one, and it's in back of the middle flap on this one. So I'm going to show you guys how to create this card, and we'll make one of each. Super, super simple. Okay, so let me just tell you that uh, these two cards were created with the Sophisticated Sled bundle. This comes with the stamp set with the little sled and the skates, which are really cute, but a nice little wreath as well. And it's got the coordinating dies that will cut out either the stamped sled or it makes this 3-dimensional sled here. I love that. And then it will also cut out the image of the skates, or it cuts out these 3-dimensional skates with the little laces and the little blades. These are the blades for the skates. Really cute set. And then you get this additional die that cuts out this foliage as well. Okay, so that's that set. I know that you guys have seen this. A lot of people are working with this right now. This is an online exclusive, and I know you've been seeing a lot of cards with that. Cards with that because I have, and I finally broke down and had to buy it. Okay. So the paper that I used on this card is just amazing, and I wanted to share that with you. The name of this, one second, I think I can remember it. No. Season of Green and Gold is the name of this paper, and this has foil accents. So you can see I used the bells here on the little sled and some foliage that I fussy cut from the paper. And this one, the same thing. I cut this foliage that's behind the skates. I cut that out of the paper. So here's the paper that I fussy cut out of. This is the bells and lots of different leaves. And then you got this one that is foil. It's just little diamonds pattern in the foil. And I think it's very vanilla in this paper. Another one with just the foliage pieces. And then another one with the green. I love this background. It's just super pretty. Just as a card front with nice sentiment on it would be so pretty. This one has got like stars or snowflake pattern. I can't really tell what that pattern is, but it's very pretty. And then another one that's got foil, and this is another foliage one with the foil. You could fussy cut this and get some foil accents in your fussy cuts as well. Okay, so the B-sides, you have a lot of green because it's golden green, right? So you've got this one, and then this one with the foliage. I kind of feel like it goes this way with little berries. And then we've got polka dots. Who doesn't love a good polka dot? I love polka dots. And then the stripe. These are going to be really nice for just all occasion cards. And then this one with some more greenery on it. And then this one, that is a really good plaid. This is going to be nice for some, even for like spring and Easter cards, this would be nice, or masculine cards. This is some great paper. All right, so that is the paper that I used on these cards. Hey, Joanne. All right, so let's get busy. Tonight, we're going to create these cards with the Winterly Treetops set. You've probably seen this one too. People are using this as well. This also comes with coordinating dies, and there's an amazing die in here. I didn't use tonight, but I do love it. This one that creates this beautiful background. Let me see, I've cut one out here. So it creates this really beautiful piece that you can use on a card front. Love that. And then, of course, it's got the dies that cut out all the birds and the little pussy willows, and it's got some little, a little branch and a pussy willow here. So those are the coordinating dies for that. Okay, let's put that aside for a second. So the paper that is from this pack, don't know if you've seen this, but yes, a lot of people have been using this as well. This is the Nests of Winter paper. I never can remember the names of these. Nests of Winter. So this one is one that you could just cut in half, and then you get 3 nice card fronts from one. Well, actually, you'd get 6 card fronts from this one piece of paper. And then this one that is like a birch bark, and then the little birds, and the dies in your coordinating dies will cut out these little birds. You hold the die the correct way, cuts this one out. And then you also have one that cuts out this bird. And you get an entire sheet of those birds that you can cut with the dies, which is something they don't usually do. You usually have 1 or 2 that you can cut out. This is an entire sheet, so you get 2 of each sheet. And you've got these little guys that you could fussy cut if you wanted to. And these guys. I love these. And then this one, which again would make a really nice card front. Okay, so B-sides, we've got some little birds perched on, I don't know, some kind of wildflower. We've got one that looks kind of like snow. A wonderful stripe that I love in garden green. This one that's like pool party with little, I don't know what that pattern is, but it's pretty. And then this one, that's the Pussy Willows. And then this one that you can't really see the pattern on this. Can you see the pattern on this? It's little tiny bird feet. It's like birds that have walked in the snow. Super cute. All right, so that's what we're using tonight for this card. Okay. All right. So I'm starting with a card base that is garden green, and it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. Okay. And then for the inside, you're going to need a piece that is 5.25 by 4 for your sentiment. You can stamp on this or leave it plain. And then you're going to need this panel that is going to be in the middle here. And I wrote the directions, the measurements down, but you think I brought the paper? No. So this is 2 7/8 by 4 1/8. And then you will have 2 little strips. Oh, hopefully. Oh, yeah, there's 2. 2 little strips. These are 1 1/8 by 4 1/8. Those are going to be on for either side. You're going to need another little piece of cardstock that is 1 1/4 by 5.5. And then you're going to need whatever you're going to decorate the front with. And tonight we're going to use this die, which I cut. This is one of the, right out of my brain. Something of nature. Oh boy. Don't you hate that? Hang on. Spotlight on Nature dies. There we go. So this is the Spotlight on Nature dies. And then we're going to use the birds on here. Okay. All right, so the construction of the card, very, very simple. We're going to get our trimmer. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut the front of the card. And you're going to cut up to the score line. Okay? So you'll place the edge of the front of your card to the top of your trimmer, and you want to cut it at 1 1/4 inches. So we'll cut on the left hand side 1 1/4 inches, and we're just going to bring that down to 4 1/4, and you can see the little score line here. Hard to see on camera, but when you're doing it in person, you will be able to see through your guide here where 4 1/4 is. So then you'll get this little flap here. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you can use the measurements on the right-hand side of your channel, move it to 1 1/4 inches. And then you're going to do the same thing. Bring your blade down, and it's going to go to 4 1/4. And it's going to also just match up with that middle score line. Okay, so you will, and that's all you've got to do. So you will have then 3 panels on the front of your card. It'll create these 3 panels. Okay, so in order to create your little bridge, you're going to use your other piece of cardstock, which was 1 1/4 by 5.5. And we're going to place that between these 2. It's going to span the distance, which is why it's called a spanner card, of these 2 side panels. So if you're going to create the one where the middle panel is in front, you're going to flip up your middle panel, and you will attach this spanner piece to the 2 end pieces from the back. So we're going to just put some glue on here. And actually, I'm going to flip it this way so I don't get glue everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to just put some glue on the end of this piece of cardstock, and then on the other end. And then I'm going to just line this up, make it straight. And then bring my 2 pieces in and line those up. So you just want to connect those 2 pieces from behind with this piece of cardstock. Whoops. Oh, and now I moved it, so now it's not straight. One moment. So this is why grid paper is awesome. Just get it re-lined up, and you get a little bit of wiggle room with the liquid glue because it gives you some time to get it straight. Okay, so you'll have this like H structure, and then you'll have your flap that's going to come down over that. Okay? All right, where's my bone folder? We just want to burnish that a bit so it'll stay down. Now all there is to do is decorate the card. So you're going to put your designer series paper on here. I'm using this piece of like birch bark for the middle piece. That will line up. There's just a tiny border around that paper, around the edges of that paper. And then we will get these strips on either side. Again, with just a very little border. Okay. All right, and then we can put our sentiment piece inside. If you're going to stamp this, I would suggest doing that before you glue it in. On these cards, I'm going to leave this blank. On the other cards I showed you, I had a nice snowflake stamp for inside, but I didn't really have one for this one. All right, so here we go. So there's our card. And then all we need to do is decorate our front panel. Now the only trick to this is making sure that you don't glue completely around. If this is not going to stay right in the parameter of your middle panel, you want to make sure that you only put glue in the middle panel. Don't glue outside of that because obviously you're going to glue your whole card together. So we're going to just put glue on the inside ring here, which is in the parameter of that panel. Maybe if I line it up right. Okay. So that should be right on that panel there. And then I was going to put my little birds. Your birds can go out of the off the edge as long as you don't glue them down there. So we're going to do that so that we can leave a nice space for our sentiment here. So we're going to, actually, let's do the sentiment first so we make sure we have enough room. Okay, did I bring a piece of paper? Never have my stamping paper. All right, here we go. So our sentiment we're going to do in the garden green. Hopefully there's enough ink in my stamp pad header. I can't remember if I inked that up or not. Oh yeah, that looks good, except it's crooked. I think it's going to be okay, so I'm going to cut it out anyway. All right, so let's cut that out. I'll give myself a little extra room here so I can trim it down and make it straight. All right. And there's no science to this except I just try to line it up so it looks straight. Hold on to it. And the same thing with the side. Could have definitely cut this before we went live. All right, let's see if this is too big. Lost my birds. Here we go. No, actually, I think that's not too bad. A little smaller. Smidge smaller. And this is how I make a card. This is typically how I make a card. I'm just winging it as I go. As we are designing stuff, you're just kind of trying to decide what's going to work. But yeah, I could have definitely cut this before we got going here. All right. So let's get that on there. I think that's a little bit better size. It's crooked still, right here. And then the birds fit in there. Okay, I think that looks good. All right, so we're going to pop up our greeting. And again, just remembering that you don't want to put any adhesive on the side that's going to hang over. Little dimensional backings that end up everywhere. Well, I think it needs to be a little higher. All right, a little higher. There we go. And then the birds. So we're going to pop them up as well. And we want to put a dimensional everywhere except that tail that's going to hang off. There we go. And then we just need some bling. I've got the Earth Tone Shimmer Gems. This whole suite of products can be found in the new catalog. It's actually on page 31 in the new catalog. And these gems coordinate with this set and the paper. So I'm going to do this green. Really pretty garden green. I don't know that we've ever had garden green gems before. We have, I don't remember. There we go. Okay, so that's the first spanner card. And that one is with the middle panel over your bridge here. So if you want to, you can put a sentiment here in the little bridge. And that measures, let me give you the exact measurement. That is going to measure 3 inches. So if you're going to do a sentiment, you're going to want it to be 1 inch by 2 3/4 inches. So we can do 1 inch by 2 3/4 inches. And I think nope, that's not going to fit on there. Okay, so we need to find a sentiment for that. And I really just want it to say thanks. Oh, I don't know where my thing went. One moment. Okay, here we go. So what I was using was Simply Said. It's got just that. It's just got a thanks in there. Okay, and that will go right here in the garden green. I'll just pick that up and get our ink. And try to do it straight. With the acrylic block and the photopolymer, it's a lot easier to make sure that you are straight. So that will just go right here, and that will not go up on dimensionals because it's on the inside of the card. Okay, there we go. So we've got a nice thank you card with our Winterly Treetops set. Okay, so the other way to do it is with your bridge going on top of the card. A little trickier just because you don't have as much real estate to decorate on when you do it this way. So I've already cut this one. I've got the 3 panels. And then we're going to put the sentiment piece inside. Okay. And again, we're going to decorate our, oh, well, let's get the bridge made first. So this time the bridge is going to go over the front panel. So we can lay that in there and then bring these down to glue it. Just beware, try not to get the glue on your sentiment piece. Okay. And this way then the bridge spans the front of the card over your middle panel. And then you're just going to want to add your designer series paper. So again, I'm using the the birch bark piece for the middle. Yeah. And I've got the green for the outside again for the other 2 panels. I think this is one of my favorite pieces is this garden green stripe. Love it. Okay. There we go. All right. So the challenge is trying to decorate this strip if you want to do your birds. You could, of course, just get your bird right on there if you'd like. But I wanted to use this Spotlight on Nature die again. So I cut out another ring with the Spotlight on Nature die, which can go here. But my challenge was when this flips up, you get the back side, which I'm not crazy about because it never is as pretty as the front. So how do we fix that? So what I did was I cut another one in white, and what I was going to do is glue these together so that one, it's got a little more strength, and then two, you don't see the ugly side, you see the pretty side with the white. Of course, you could do it in green, which would probably make your life actually easier because it will match up better. But we're going to do the white. And by matching up better, I mean just that if you don't get it perfectly lined up, you probably wouldn't be able to tell. But we're going to do the white, give ourselves a challenge. All right. And then I want to try to line up the little holes. That's the challenge. All right. Okay, that's pretty good. There we go. Okay. That also just, as I said, makes this a little bit more sturdy to go on the front. Okay. And we will put that right here. Just remember that you're only going to be able to glue where this lays on top here on the two sides. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is put some glue here and here, and then lay this down. Ah, oh boy, stuck to my fingers. Give it a second to dry. There we go. Okay, so that way then you get the pretty white ring inside. Then we will do our bird. And this time I was going to do the thinking of you always sentiment. Okay, in the green. Got this little extra. I don't remember what that was for. I cut it out for a reason. Can't remember. All right, let's get this lined up here. Oh, that was terrible. Hang on, is this even? Yep, it is. All right. Do it again. Okay, do as I say, not as I do. Don't rock your stamp. Straight down, straight up. There you go. Still a little crooked. Apparently I have mounted all my stamps crooked tonight. All right, we're going to just wing it, and we're going to cut this by hand. All right. And we'll get that on here. Maybe I want it on the other side over here. Yes, that looks better. Okay, so this time the bird has to get popped up first. And we're going to just put dimensionals in the middle here, not on this little piece or his tail. There we go. There we go. And my sentiment. The dimensionals go on the ugly side. Why do I look so far away all of a sudden? There we go. And we'll just, oh, what happened? I stuck something together. Oh, my bird. Okay. All right, well, we've got challenges here tonight. Good thing we've got time. Okay, one moment. So we got to do some card surgery because I did not listen to my own advice. I forgot what I was doing. And I have the dimensionals in the wrong place. All right, so I've got to pry him off here. All right, so when you make a boo-boo, you just got to go in and fix it. You have to get this dimensional up. That's under this bird. Without destroying the bird. Oh, there's more than one. Oh boy. All right, we can do it. All right. Look how many dimensionals I have in the wrong place. Can you see? Oh boy. All right, so we've got to take these off. We have to rethink it. Take these off. And I've got a little bit of residue here. But if you've got a gummy eraser, that's going to pick up that residue that's left over from your dimensional. All right, now, oh my goodness, now. Now I stuck my sentiment down to the paper. Oh my goodness. Too bad this isn't a recording. I could just go back and start over again. Okay, we've got that off. He is attached. He's just not attached right here. So I think I can use a mini dimensional. Let's get a mini dimensional there. Dental floss. Oh, that's a good idea. Dental floss. I always just use my take your pick tool. Pry it off. All right, so a little mini there is going to work. And then where else? I think I'm good. Oh, the bird. So the little bird right here. Just there. There we go. Okay. So just be a little more thoughtful about where you're going to put your dimensionals. I totally forgot that I was working in such a small little space. All right, now we've got that. Now what happened to my sentiment? Here it is. Oh my goodness. All right, it's still sticky. Needs one more dimensional. And we can get that right here. Okay, that works. Oh my goodness. That is nuts. Okay. Now you can decorate the middle here with another saying if you'd like, but I don't think my sentiment is going to fit there. Let's see. This is too big. Too big. Unless we overlap. But for now, I'm going to leave a sentiment off. And we're going to just leave it thinking of you always. Or we could put another little bird in there. Would be cute. Okay. So that's it for me tonight. Whew, that was a workout. Okay. So here are the 2 spanner cards. Oh, I forgot the bling on this one. Let's get some bling here. Again, I think we'll go with the green. And I'm going to do it on this birch piece in the background. When you open it, you're going to have bling here. So I do think you need something in the middle. So we'll have to brainstorm that, and I'll have to post it later what I came up with. All right, so there are those 2 cards. So you've got the spanner that's got the bridge on top of the middle panel, and then you've got the one where the middle panel is on top and your bridge is underneath. So there you go. That's that set. I'll just bring in the other 2 that we did for samples. And that's it for me tonight. Oh, thanks for watching. Oh, I just remembered where my little thing goes. My little extra evergreen piece, because I had to cut this off here, so I can add that right there, and that kind of makes that branch whole. So that's what I cut that out for. All right, I remembered. There we go. All right, so that's it for me tonight. My goodness. Thank you guys for watching and hanging in there, and let me know which set of cards you like the best. And are you going to try it? I think you should, because it's like super super easy to create this card. If you follow my do not do this tips, do as I say and not as I do. Okay, that's it for me tonight. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to use your coupons if you guys have not used your coupons yet. Hey, Carol. You have to use them by the end of August, and there is still the DSP sale going on, so use your coupons toward some new DSP for yourselves. All right, that's it for me tonight. You guys take care. Have a lovely weekend, and cheers. Stay crafty, my friends.